I'm starting over. This sucks. Hi, welcome to the video. I originally thought like, oh, let's make the video in the car. It'll be like a good little car chat. Car chats are great. Yes, they are, except for now that I'm here, I'm realizing a few things. There is construction going on like the next block over, and if I roll my windows down, you can hear the construction, which I don't want. And if I roll them up, then it's like way too hot in here to not have AC. If I'm sweating visibly, I'm sorry, like just deal with it. I'm just gonna be sweaty. I'm sorry. That's just how it has to go. Today's my last day of high school, and it's not a very eventful one. I've been doing online school for 3 months, so it doesn't really feel important. Like, it doesn't really feel like my last day of school. Like, your last day of school is like supposed to be really fun and exciting, but it's like, oh, whatever, we're just not gonna get assignments next week, but that's the only thing that'll change. It's not very exciting, so I decided I'm gonna make this video and tell you about my real last day of school, which happened in March. It happened on March 12th, and it was a Thursday, and we were in the middle of Zones Week for basketball. Because Zones Week is a huge deal at my school. The pep rally we had planned was like my brainchild. I thought of this idea in a Dairy Queen. I brought it to life. Everyone was like, that's a good idea, let's do it. And we organized it, and I did like most of the planning for it. Like, it was my brainchild. Like, I birthed it out of my brain into existence. This day was the day that this pep rally was finally happening. Basically, it was an air band competition that all 4 basketball teams participated in, and then we had a group of kids like opening for it and a group of teachers closing. It was like a whole show, and it was like a great thing, and it was all organized, but it was very, very, very stressful to put together. So on this day, the boys and the girls were gonna go play their first game of zones. I woke up this day and I was so stressed. I had to like get to school early. I had to bring a bunch of stuff for it to make sure everything was ready to go. But when I woke up and got ready, I went outside to like get in the car and drive away, and I was like, oh crap, my brother's car is parked behind mine, which wouldn't be a big deal. I would have just moved it, but he drives a standard and I don't know how to drive stick shift. I couldn't move it by myself. And my sister, who does know how to drive stick, wouldn't get out of bed because she didn't have to be at school yet. And I had to be at school in like 5 minutes. I was like, oh, this is so bad. Like, this sucks. This is so stressful. And my brother, who still lived at home at the time, which I just remembered, wouldn't get out of bed and move it for me. He was like, just move it. And I was like, I literally do not know how. So I called my dad and I was like, Dad, you have to come get me and take me to school. Like, I have to be there like right now, like I'm late. My dad finally like leaves work, comes and gets me and brings me to school. But at this point, I just get to school on like normal start time. It's way past when I was supposed to be there. I get to school and I'm already so stressed and in the worst mood ever, and I'm just like, I hope this goes well. Like, the pep rally is today. It's so important.
Like, this is my brainchild.
If it doesn't go well, everyone's gonna hate student council. I just need everything to go right because it's so far not. So I show up to school. We have 2 hours to set everything up. What we need basically is a stage and a spotlight set up. And we need to get the mics to work, and the teachers are like requesting like a mic stand. We're like running around trying to find all of these things. We had to get the stage parts from a shed. The shed was locked, so then we had to go find teachers to unlock it for us, and we had to recruit boys to come move these huge stage parts from outside the shed inside to the gym. For the record, it was like blizzarding. Like, the weather was so bad.
Because I live in Canada.
And it was March, and so of course, there was snow. These poor boys had to go out through the snow and walk these things from the shed in the cold, in the snow, all the way inside, like multiple times. Like there was multiple different segments of the stage, and we had to lay this huge tarp down because our gym floor is sacred and no scratches can be on it. No one's even allowed to wear their shoes on our gym floor. We value basketball a lot here. While we were setting this up, I like realized like I haven't eaten any breakfast. Like I have not eaten one piece of cereal. Luckily, I had someone bring me food. I enjoyed my food while the boys were setting up the stage, and then I was well fed, and then I was like, okay, like everything's gonna be fine. Okay, I need to pause the story for a second so I can blast the AC. I'm literally so sweaty. Ow, my camera is freaking hot too. Okay, I'm gonna give it a little break. Eventually, we got everything set up and it was all good. The boys' basketball team asked to change their song like last minute, which like really annoyed me, but I was like, okay, that's fine. And then it all worked out. Like it was a great pep rally, like everything went smoothly and it was all good. And then we went to the rest of our classes for the rest of the day. It was all great, and it was actually a really fun way to like end the school year because the teachers who participated in the air band like really went hard for it. It was like an 80s theme. We gave like a trophy to the winning team, and then for our like closing act we had the teachers go, and the teachers came out in full-on costumes and wigs, and some of them were wearing tights, and it was definitely a sight to see. It was fantastic, and they did a great job. And the teacher that like played the lead singer, instead of like lip syncing, actually sang, and he did so good, and it was amazing. It was the best last pep rally I could have asked for, even though I planned it and it was freaking stressful. It was still great. At around 3 o'clock, boys and girls basketball teams got called down to the bus to go play their zones game, and we all got on the bus and we went and we were pumped. Then we got there. It was kind of like weird, like there was a weird vibe in there. Me and McKenna walk up to the ticket stand and they're like, oh, we're not like letting anyone into the gym right now. And we're like, okay, well, we're part of the team, like we're bench workers or whatever. And they're like, oh, okay, well, you guys can go in, I guess. We sit down and we're like, that was so weird. We knew it was because of COVID. Like we knew it was because of COVID. We had heard about like the Italy lockdown. We were like familiar with what was going on, kind of. We didn't think that it would affect us, basically, because we're like, it's Alberta, Canada. Like the girls were like about to walk out into the gym to play their game. They were walking out, warm-up music stops. The guy that like makes the announcements is like, the government of Alberta has just made this announcement. Everyone needs to leave the gym immediately. We can't have gatherings of more than like 250 people. Due to this, the zones tournament is postponed indefinitely. We were all like, what? Are you serious? Everyone like left the gym slowly, because we were all like so confused that this was even happening. We are like not ready to leave yet. We showed up for like this awesome zones tournament that everyone hypes up for the whole year, and all of a sudden it's canceled. Like we don't know what's going on. Like we didn't even know COVID was a problem in Alberta. It was just like a really shocking time. We all go to small schools like throughout the south side of the province, so like all the kids from all the teams that were playing just barely were like talking, and we were all like, okay, well, this is whack. Like this is just the weirdest thing. I have never seen those boys more devastated. Every player from every team was crying, especially the seniors. Their season got cut short. These boys like were about to win provincials next week. It was so sad. I was so sad. And then at the end of the night, we all went home and I cried a little bit. My brother got married on a whim the next day. The Sunday, Alberta closed all the schools, and we were all like, this sucks, and I cried some more because I was like, oh, it's my senior year. But then we all got used to how things are, and that is the story of my last day of school. I hope you enjoyed it. It's definitely a unique last day of school. Like, it was definitely different from usual. Thanks for watching. Tell me what you think. Please like and subscribe. I got very sweaty for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!